and welcome or welcome back to The Books Are Everywhere. Today we are here with a partly bookish, partly lifestyle vlog, as you can probably tell from the title. This is my autumn reset vlog. I'm so excited to get this going. I have been wanting to do this for ages. I'm basically going to be doing like a spring clean but in autumn, because ever since I've moved into this flat I have wanted to just sort all of my stuff out, and I mean everything. I mean like the stuff under the bed, like old electronics, old phones, like stuff you just have hanging around, clothes you want to get rid of. I'm gonna go over this house with a fine-tooth comb, like everything is going to be looked at, and that's what I've been itching to do, which is weird because I've got more space than I have ever had before, but also I feel like that's part of the reason. Like this is just making me want to, like my space is precious, so I want to use my space to the best of its ability, and I don't want stuff around me that I don't actually use or don't actually want anymore. So I'm going to be brutal. I think I'm going to go through every single cupboard, every nook and cranny, and we are going to just sort everything out. That is the plan. I'm very excited. I've wanted to do this for so long, I just haven't been able to put like the focused time into it. But I have a couple of days off work where I'm focusing on this. The kitchen has just currently been painted, it's currently drying, so this is the perfect time to get started. You will see the kitchen stuff on another video, by the way. Before we actually get started with this, and I don't know what room to start with, I think either the bathroom or the living room probably. Like I'm not expecting to get rid of like much stuff. I think the biggest focus will be on in here, like going through my clothes and also the stuff under the bed, although I don't keep a lot of stuff under the bed, but I definitely need to look through it. And in the little room in my library there is a wardrobe, and that is basically just where I put all of my stuff that like you don't know where else to store it basically. So there's just such random stuff in there, and I need to like go through it and just be a bit more brutal about what I actually want to keep. So that's the plan for in there. But in the bathroom it's just going to be a case of like going through the cupboards, any products that I don't use anymore or like are half empty and I haven't used in a long time. I definitely have some like expired stuff as well. It's going to be things like that I'm getting rid of in the bathroom. And then the living room I'm not really expecting too much, because I did go through my like DVDs and games and stuff recently and get rid of some. So I don't think there's going to be a lot in the living room, because I just don't really have storage in there other than the stuff that's on the TV unit. The other stuff is just my board games which are on my coffee table, and I don't think there's any I want to get rid of. So I'm not anticipating a lot from the living room, so I think we'll start with the living room and the bathroom. I also do want to go through the kitchen, and I mean go through every single cupboard. I found like some mouldy like tortilla wraps recently, and it just made me realise how I don't actually know what I have. So I definitely want to do that as well, and like just go through everything as I'm also redoing the kitchen, so a little bit refreshing the kitchen, shall we say. So it's definitely a good time to do that. But yeah, before we get started, I actually have what I presume is book mail. I don't actually know what this is, but I think I've requested a few things from publishers recently, so I'm kind of presuming that because I haven't ordered anything recently, I think it's something from there. Oh, and it is! This is exciting. It's the Star Spotter's Guide by Dr. Sheila Kanani. It says Stories, Science and Secrets of Our Night Sky. I am excited to look through this. It basically said that it was about what we can spot in the night sky and constellations, but then also telling us like myths and legends and stories behind it as well, and I thought this would be such a cool one to look at. I love the design of this as well. And then also I know that my friend Courtney will absolutely love looking through this too. But yeah, I love the way this is laid out. There's some really nice photography as well in here. It's just really beautiful. So yeah, I'm excited to have a peruse and a read through of this. Let me find out what publisher this is actually from. Oh, this is from Bloomsbury, so thank you very much to Bloomsbury for sending this my way. Also has like a slightly padded, it's like printed on the straight onto the hardback, which I like. But it's like slightly padded. I don't know, it's a nice feeling, nicely designed book. Oh, that is so cool. It says you are here and then we're circled over there. That's so cool. But yeah, I am very excited to have a flick through, so thank you very much to Bloomsbury. Anyway, I'm going to take you into another room. We're going to get started. I'm probably not going to talk to you much throughout this. I'm going to be doing like time lapses and b-roll of me actually clearing stuff out, because that would be very boring otherwise. I am also going to do a pass of my books in this video, because there is definitely some that I'm thinking I want to do another unhaul, but I'm not going to make it like a full video. We'll have it as part of the video, and I will probably go through those, but maybe just I'll go through my shelves on my own with a time lapse, and then I'll just show you what I'm unhauling probably briefly. I have also been selling stuff on Vinted recently, which is definitely one of the things that is making me like give me a kick up the arse to do this finally, because now I'm more comfortable with doing that. I'm aware that I could definitely unhaul more stuff and sell it really easily, which is cool. And then other stuff, like I definitely have some things that are in my mind as like going to the charity shop straight away. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking with this video. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to clear a space in the lounge and move my coffee table out of the way so I just have loads of space in the lounge, and then I'm going to put piles on the floor of like, this is stuff that needs to go in the bin, this is stuff that I want to donate charity, this is stuff I'm going to sell. I think I'm going to try and sort as I go that way. So actually we might go into the living room next and sort that space out, and while I'm there I could sort a few things that are on my shelf in the living room, so then the living room would just be done. So actually, yes, change of mind. We will go into do the living room first, then we'll go in the bathroom, and then we'll probably tackle this room and leave the worst till last, which is the library. And then actually finish up with the kitchen. The reason I can't do the kitchen in the middle is because there's currently still like dust sheets from painting, which I'm hoping will be like, I'll be able to put those away by the end of today into tomorrow. But yeah, I have today and part of tomorrow to do this. So wish me luck. I hope you enjoy this video. I know it's not necessarily bookish as such, but we will be unhauling some books in here somewhere. Okay, I have done the living room because there was just not a lot in here that I was willing to part with, which is fine. As you can see, that and that is like my only form of storage in here, so there's not really stuff in here anyway. I also went downstairs. I have like a tiny entranceway downstairs where like my coats are and my bags are, and I have one bag that I want to sell. So the stuff for selling is going there, electronics are going over there, charity shop is going over there, books are going over there, and rubbish is going like behind me here. So I think I have piles for everything, so I think I'm going to get started on the bathroom next. I did actually take down everything in the kitchen, like the paint tape and stuff, so the kitchen like can be done now, but I probably will let that dry a bit more before I like start opening cupboards and stuff, just in case I don't know, hit the paintwork accidentally. But yeah, I will probably first steer clear of that for now, but yeah, I'm gonna go and start on the bathroom. There is also a couple of things that I want to put aside to go into the loft. I don't have a lot in the loft, so I don't think I'm going to really go through stuff up there. I might have a quick glance, but I do have a couple of things that I need to put back up there, which I will sort and move into the hallway, ready to go back up at some point, and we will then give the loft a quick glance when we do that. Okay, I have done the bathroom, got rid of some old products I no longer use, and there's a lot to go in recycling and stuff, like a lot of old bottles that I've now emptied. I also just had a quick glance in this cupboard, which is like my airing cupboard. It's like where my hot water tank is, and also I keep things like toilet roll, my toolbox and sheets and stuff in there, and I have one set of like bed sheets, or really old bed sheets that can go. So now I'm faced with, so I've also done the living room, as I said, I think. So now I'm faced with either the library, the kitchen, or my bedroom. I think I'm going to go into my bedroom, and then the kitchen probably, and then the little room, because I know that that's going to take the most time. I think probably I'm going to end up with some boxes to look through this evening, of stuff that I really need to sort, that I will take out of my bedroom and probably just in here in the library. Just old, you know, like you keep like tickets and things from like gigs you've been to. I have so much stuff in boxes that I just need to give a proper like look through and sort, so I will do that probably this evening, but that stuff is in here in the library in the wardrobe. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get stuck into the bedroom next. For some reason I thought I was done in this room. I have not done under the bed. I've done all of these, I've done the bedside tables, I've done the cupboard in the corner, I've done little bits around the room. The TV unit has nothing in it because I don't need that much storage, I just needed something to put my TV on. Yeah, I've not done under the bed. As I said, there's not a massive amount under the bed, but there is 2 storage-y things, so here we go, that's next. Okay, that was not as painful as I thought it was going to be honest. I have sorted my clothes out like fairly recently, so one of my underbed storage things is like long sleeved and jumpers and things like that, so I have pretty much left that as it was, apart from like take out one thing to give to charity and move one thing. And then the other storage container under my bed is for homemade clothes that I made like many years ago and probably don't fit me anymore, but stuff like that holds kind of sentimental value that I feel like I can't get rid of. And also like my more dressy dresses that I don't wear very often at all. Luckily all of them I think are like, they don't get creased very easily, so they don't have to be hung up. And then there is also some bits that I've put out to sort, which is like old phones in their boxes, and I don't even know what is in here. I think it's old pamphlets and like, yeah, stuff that I've got at Yelp, basically like collections and samplers. Oh, there's a free sampler for Cookie Kingdom, that is insane. But anyway, I've put those aside to basically sort out later tonight. It's about 5:30 now, so I've been doing this for a couple of hours I think, and honestly I'm like I'm like, what do I do next? Because I am flagging, I am really tired now. And like physically I have painted the kitchen as well today, so I'm getting a bit tired. I am thinking I will maybe go up into the loft next, just to get that stuff out of the way. I'm just hoping that then when I do the spare room I don't come across stuff that I want to put in the loft, but I think most stuff will be fine just like keeping in that room because I've got a lot of storage in there. So yeah, I'm thinking that I will put the stuff up there now as a next thing because I don't want to be doing that too late. And then I should probably think about having dinner at some point, but I think I'm going to get started on the other room. Maybe do my books next because I think I'm a bit more motivated to do that. I definitely felt myself lagging towards the end doing this and doing it in here, and like I wanted to just keep stuff so I didn't have to sort it out, and that is the mindset I do not want to get into because this is meant to be motivating, like let's get rid of stuff, let's tidy some stuff up. It's nice having the extra space already, like these drawers just open so much easier, which is so nice. You know, when you get that feeling when you just like sorted stuff out, it's like a cleaner mind. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna put this stuff in the other room to sort through later. When I can consolidate more and just sit through and kind of like the electronics I'm gonna have to like look through, probably move some photos off if I've got any on there and stuff. But anyway, yeah, I think I might actually do the books next. As I said, I'm not going to go through shelf by shelf like I normally do on an unhaul video. I will do that on a time lapse and then show you like what I'm getting rid of. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm expecting to get rid of. There's probably like 5 to 10 that I'm like in my head, yes, I've been looking to unhaul that for a bit now. But everything else is just going to be what called out to me, but I'm not expecting it to be like a huge amount. But anyway, yeah, I think do the loft and then we'll go into the other room and start on that one. Welcome to my loft. It's not very exciting up here, there's just some paint and stuff, and then a very small amount of stuff, which is like electric stuff that needs to go in the bin at some point. Where is it? Here. Like empty boxes, some Legos, some Christmas stuff. This is like empty boxes from when I moved, full moving, that me and my friends kind of share if any of us are moving. And then my picnic stuff, which is what I've just put up here, and my cushion and my fan. That's kind of it. So there's nothing up here that I want to get rid of. There is a very old food processor up here. That was my nan's. I just don't really have the space for downstairs right now. But she gave it to me, and I could get rid of it. Like, I don't think I'm going to use it, but I don't know, it's just one of the, it's not doing any harm up here. It works perfectly fine. Like, yes, it's 40 years old, but it still works perfectly fine. So I'm not inclined to get rid of it because it's fine up here. But yeah, anyway, I am lucky to have a loft because I live in a flat, but the way the flats are laid out means I have a loft because I am upstairs. So, I mean, I say flat, it's more like a maisonette, but yeah. Anyway, back downstairs, I guess. Back down to the sorting we go. Okay, the bookshelves are done. I actually unhauled 32 books. I'm not going to show you every individual book this time, but basically a lot of it is like stuff that I have read and I won't read again, stuff that I've had for like many years and I've just grown out of. I definitely feel like every time I do this there's more that I feel like I am ready to let go of in terms of maybe YA stuff that I've read before and I loved at the time, but I just know that if I went back to it now I just wouldn't enjoy it as much, and there's some that hold so much nostalgia for me I don't feel like I can let go of them. but there's some, a lot of which is like, I'm looking at my feet because they're all on the floor. But there's some here that I definitely feel like it's time. Mainly like a lot of Becky Albertalli stuff. I've read Amelia If Only and Imogen obviously more recently, which is her more recent books, and as much as I've enjoyed them, I definitely haven't enjoyed them as much as I did when I was like a teenager. In fact, I've just spotted another one that I definitely can unhaul, having read it recently and thought it is too young for me to really enjoy all that much. So that's another one on there. I feel like because I'm not in the mindset to do like a book unhaul and this is just part of the video, there's probably some more that I could have like seriously considered, but I have so much space on my shelves. My problem is hardback space. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm getting a more refined collection, which, as weird as it is to have like gaps, so many gaps on my shelves, it's fine. It is what it is. I'd rather, I guess, have stuff that I actually want and care about rather than just pad out my shelves for the sake of it, so the gaps are just gonna have to be there for now. But yeah, I'm gonna move all of these into the living room, maybe put some dinner on, and then get started on going through the wardrobe, which is behind you. I've really no idea how bad this is going to be. Actually, I don't think it's going to take me that long. I think it's just going to be a case of taking stuff into the other room to sort through later that is going to take me more time. It's also just awkward to get to like the top and the back of the cupboards, but I don't think it'll probably be too bad actually. Like right now, it's going to take me later. It's going to take me more time later on. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to get the stuff in the other room. Maybe get some dinner, because yeah, I'm flagging. Okay, I am done in the library. That was exhausting. Maybe not quite as bad as I thought though, like considering I have basically, I've overturned the whole house today, which is what I wanted, but considering I've actually done it, like I thought that was too much to aim for, but you know, I actually have, I think, looked everywhere today, like sorted everything that I wanted to, which is really cool. So I am really happy with what I've done. From this room I went through all of the wardrobes and I have a pile of stuff to now move into the other room to go with everything. You may have noticed that I didn't touch the bottom of that wardrobe, that side of the wardrobe, because that's stuff that I'm either already selling or needs to go up for sale or is packaging for that stuff. So that's stuff that's been sorted previously. So I'm just going to move everything into the other room and then I'll show you what we're dealing with. I did also leave a couple of boxes in the other room for stuff that I need to like sit and go through this evening. It's now 6:40. I did not make dinner when I said, so I am going to make dinner next and eat dinner, and then I will look through the stuff that I've already like pre-sorted into the lounge, but stuff that like I still need to have a look through. Okay, so this is what we're dealing with. This is stuff to potentially sell, excluding books. This is stuff for charity. That's the electronics to sort out. That's the books which need sorting into piles of like proof, selling, charity. This is for the bin. Like a mixture of empty boxes, recycling, clothes that can't be like donated to charity, like socks and stuff with holes in. But yeah, that's basically stuff for the bin. And then over here we have the stuff that I actually need to sort out, like look through. I'm not saying that this stuff is going to be gotten rid of necessarily, but as you can see I keep a lot of old like cards and printouts from places I've been and stuff like that. So I need to just kind of look through those and refine them, I guess. And I just found a box of like random crafty supplies as well, so I'm just gonna like look through that. But anyway, next on the agenda, dinner. and then sorting out all of this stuff. We are back in the kitchen, which is freshly painted, not that you can see any of the paint from this angle, but anyway, this is the only room that I actually didn't get to yesterday in terms of like sorting out. I did everything else in the house, so I did not mean to make that rhyme, and now I've like lost my train of thought because of it. But anyway, yes, I did every other room apart from the kitchen. I also last night sat and went through like all of my boxes of stuff that I've kept over the years, cleared out some like old cards and things that I no longer want. Have a massive box of recycling to take to the tip now, which is cool. I also have like other stuff in the car to go to the tip and a bag for the charity shop, and my wardrobe section of like selling stuff is now very full. But anyway, I'm not expecting to get rid of that much in this room because I've only been here 6 months. I mainly bought like new things like plates or got new things, so it's not like I'm expecting to have a big unhaul of like crockery, but I know that there is a couple of things that I definitely want to get rid of, and I just want to really look through and organise my food. I'm not expecting there to be like that much that I need to like throw away, but I just feel like taking things out of the cupboards and putting them back in will really help me organise, take stock of what I've got and just make it look a bit fresher, and remind myself of what I actually have to eat. So I'm going to do this, I've taken my watch off, I'm going to do this before I have lunch, even though I'm quite hungry now. That will be my reward. I have a couple of hours this afternoon that I can do some more stuff around the house. So yeah, this morning I also went through my old electronics. I reset a couple of old phones and like moved my photos off them onto other devices like my hard drive and stuff, and I'm currently resetting my old Windows laptop, which I was just going to throw away, but I think it might be worth selling. That has been resetting since like 8:30 this morning. It's now like 12:30 and it is still going. It's now doing updates and it's on 4%, and I don't know how long it's been on 4%. But anyway, yeah, I sorted all that stuff out. I've done a proper reset yesterday. I cleared my photos on my current phone, moved everything from last year over to my hard drive, so now that is really clear, which is really cool. Yeah, I've done a lot in the past couple of days. There is a couple of things I want to do in the next couple of hours, including the kitchen. So yes, let's do that next. Well, hello everyone and welcome to the end of this vlog. In true I cannot finish a vlog fashion, it has been weeks since the end of this vlog actually happened, and I edited the video quite a while ago and I never realised that I didn't actually film an ending to this, which I feel like is just becoming a trend at the moment with all of the vlogs I do. But yeah, it's getting to the point where I might not even be able to call this an autumn reset anymore, so it's more like a winter reset, or it's getting towards winter reset, so I thought I'd better come and do an outro to this video and actually get it up there for you to watch. So I hope you enjoyed. I don't really have anything to add at the end of this video. I guess I have been living with less clutter in my home for a bit now, and it is really nice, and I've been selling stuff slowly as well, which is really good, and getting some money back, and I took some stuff to charity and things like that, which has been really good. So yeah, I guess I've just been getting used to having less stuff around. It's not like a massive, you know, impact. I guess a lot of the stuff that I got rid of in this video was actually stuff that was from like in cupboards and drawers and things, but I definitely have been noticing that I can open my t-shirt drawer a lot easier and things like that, so it's definitely helped in my day-to-day life in small ways like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I would thoroughly recommend anyone do a similar thing and just go around and like have a little declutter, donate to charity, things like that. But yeah, I very much enjoyed doing this, and I think it's something I will try and keep on top of, and I've definitely been unhauling more books and things as I go, rather than keeping them all to unhaul in one go. I'm trying to keep on top of that. It's hard to do that, I feel, as a creator, because I want to do like unhaul videos and stuff, but then I also don't want to like purposely keep stuff around just to do videos, so I'm trying to just keep on top of things as I go a bit more, and keep that mindset active, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna go to work now, but I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one. Bye!